Hello. You're back. Hello, hello. Okay, I have to adjust the gain again because I'm gonna be holding my mic for a bit. We're not gonna play right away. I think I wanted to do this quick thing with one compass because I remembered, I think it was in 2023 where I did the one compass and I didn't do it last year. But now I'll be able to do it. From 2023 to 2024, I was able to do it. From 2022 to 2023, I was able to do it. 2023 to 2024, I wasn't able to. So, um, before that, hi guys, hello, welcome back to the stream. Rip Gain. I know. Hey, old man, welcome to the stream. I was playing web fishing earlier, and I was kind of like oh shit. I should probably pull this out if I wanna. There you go. You can tell I'm a scuff streamer. But yes, hello. Welcome to the stream. I am Leonard Mother, and I actually wanted to revisit something I wanted to do for a while now. This is gonna be a chatting stream. I felt I was very distracted with the web fishing to not exactly get a conversation going. It just, I don't know. I was too fixated on the game. And I remember doing this 2022 to 2023. I wasn't able to do the 2023 to 2024. So, hopefully oh my god, I keep clicking the wrong thing. I should stick to this and then go to the other channel if I want to check things. It's because I'm a moving around person a lot, and I had to pause stream earlier because I didn't want people to like. I had a call. I'm always doing some calls and doing some side projects for TTRPGs, and I didn't want I didn't want people to hear about the super secret plans. I always have super secret plans, and yeah. So, I wanted to do this for now, and I kind of want to revisit it with you guys, and maybe we can take it together. So this booklet is One Compass, Close 2024, Plan 2025. New Year's resolutions don't work, your compass does. Not exactly, but to me, I enjoyed filling this out. So, it's a free booklet for 2024 to 2025. What is this? It's a year compass, your very own year compass to be exact. It's a booklet that helps you reflect on the past year and plan the next one. With a set of carefully selected questions and exercises, Year Compass helps you uncover your patterns and design a great year for yourself. The booklet has two distinct parts. The first half will help you review, learn from, and celebrate the year you're leaving behind. The second half, on the other hand, is all about the future. You'll be dreaming, planning, preparing to get the most out of the new year. So, can I do this in a group? I'm doing it with you guys. Let's do this together. Let's do this fun little shindigs where we fill out this one compass. You can actually download the link here. And if you're just tuning in, just so you know, I really like this kind of things where I'm just talking about plans. I like planning. People know that I have a calendar where I'm just doing a lot of plans. So, and also the background music is actually from Beacon Pines Memories. So let me know if it's a bit too loud. Actually, let me see if I can adjust. No, the volume's fine. I do enjoy memories for that. Okay, so let's get ready. Arrive. Prepare your tools and space around you. Close your eyes and take 5 deep breaths. Okay. No, I don't want to close my eyes. Let go of your expectations. Start when you feel ready. Alright? The past year. Go through your calendar. Actually, I do have my calendar. That's a fun fact about me. I actually do have a calendar. Go through, see if it is an important event. Okay. Let me see if I can do something real quick in which I show my face. There it is. Oh, that is me. Ooh. Where is this? Oh. Let's see if I can, because I do want to do some show and tell. Well, I'll show my face. I know I'm a blinky, but my initial streams were just me. Let's do some show and tell, shall we? Alright. Oh! That is me. Hellos. Hi, welcome. So, going through my calendar. Haha, I do have a calendar. So, go through the last year's calendar. Yes, as you guys can tell, I'm very much a planner. Everything is in this bokeh. I've planned everything from January 2024. If you see an important event, write it down here. So, we'll go through each event that I've listed down for, you know, the things I've done in this calendar. So, everything all the way up to December has been here. So, first things first. January 2024, listed this, I believe, last year. Oh, I listed here Nathan. Oh, sorry. Vetra. Vetra went here on Sydney and helped me with the move. Went back to work. It's a good time. So that was the time that we dropped by, had our official date. We went over to Sydney. We looked over the Sydney area. I did a lot of work here. So, yeah. I also did an official move, moving into Green Square as well. So, that's my January. February, there was Changeling. Yep, I listed Changeling. There was also Changeling. Final. We did Lancer on March. So there's a lot of VTM, so mostly it was just like VTM, Changeling, work. I listed a lot of work stuff, and that's for March. April, I was over here in, I went over and flew and stayed for about 5 days to spend time with Vetra. It was his birthday, so that's what happened on April. So just cool shenanigans over here. Then there was May. It's gonna be May. Character creation for Secrets and Stakes. There was the epilogue. There was Daggerheart. Wow, Daggerheart. There's BTM Den Kids. I believe I started Sukul. Somewhere in June was Sukul character creation. I also did more Daggerheart, and I also flew in to be with Vetra. On that, it was on a whim. I was just there for one weekend. I also hanged out with a couple of friends over at Fortress Games. I also did more Secrets and Stakes by July. Cyberpunk Red. I did a Pilipintado stream. August. I did. Oh, last day. Oh, August was when on the last day I did a road trip and I moved on over with Vetra. On September, Magnificency Huang happened. I also watched Madoka Magica, which was actually listed here Tuesday, Tuesday, September 10. Magnificency Huang, Madoka Magica. We had Suko. We stayed over at a family place and did some house sitting. We did an Alien RPG one shot over at Jack's Sign. That was fun. October was definitely busy. Oh, May also had the celebrations where I did a lot of streams, that one-time stream. October, I did Monster of the Week, Magnificency Wong. There was Pulp Cthulhu. There was Curseborn. Salt Marsh was when I started the Salt Marsh games IRL. And then I believe November was when I officially started my job as, yes, Madoka, great anime. November was when I started my marketing job, marketing manager. So this was like, there was a lot of odd jobs, but this was when I got the big job. And also, there was more Saltmarsh, Sharn Saria. Pulp Cthulhu was on full blast, the final episode of Curseborn. And December was just a lot of house sitting. So a lot happened in 2024. A lot of significant events. There was moving in. That's two move outs. Two movings. Like I moved from Liverpool to Green Square to get closer to my school and closer to my work, and then moved from Sydney to Queensland. Jesus. So definitely a time. I flew a lot last year. Oh god, that was stressful. This is what my year was about. We live our lives, distinct but interconnected aspects. Take a look at the areas below and ask yourself what the significant events in each of them were. Personal life, family. The family part, I kind of don't want to talk about it. Career studies. I was headway. One of the things that I enjoyed with career studies was community services. I'm taking that diploma of community services, and up to this day, my professor is saying that I'm one of the best students because of the fact that I just read my modules and I like documenting the pages, and that she actually uses my work to help, because like the way I answer the modules is very educational, and like I do a lot of referencing. So to me, that is a highlight of my studying. Like I do love studying, and I'm very overachieving that way. In terms of community, I think we got to 500 for some reason, and we got to 3 affiliate, and we definitely did a lot of TTRPGs, which was really cool. Definitely a lot happened with that. I'm thankful for the growth. I never expected to get to 500, and here we are. I would say relaxation, hobbies, creativity. There's so much TTRPGs. I think I mentioned I finished 6-session campaigns. That 10 6-session campaigns. There was a lot. Physical health. Real talk for this. Like you guys know about the hobbies. I've been doing a lot of cardboard crack and all this and all the like a lot of the creativity side. I'm not sure about the relaxation though. In terms of physical health, I did suffer a heart attack last July. Multiple heart attacks actually, and it was very scary time. That's why I had to move out, and like I have to be taken care of in a sense. Like I'm not allowed to be stressed. Like let this be a lesson for you guys. Please don't stress yourselves out. Stress can really do stuff to your system. I have to really be careful to not agitate myself. I have to avoid stress with that. I think that also leads to I guess in mental health there are a few things I discovered this year. One is when related to the health, because the heart attacks were actually based off detachment disorder, or the GP told me that so immigrants, especially me, who it's their first year into a new place, new life and everything. Their body's immediately heightened, like their senses are heightened. They're away from what they're used to. They have a lot of adjustments to do. And that actually causes like a maladaptive thing, that every sensation's heightened. They're always on this kind of like, I was already in survival mode back then, but this just heightened it, so it causes a lot of distress to the body and the mind. So there's more health problems, both mentally and physically, for people that do a big move like this. So this is just something to consider for people who are considering going abroad. You're very vulnerable to like that kind of like detachment disorder where everything's heightened stress. Everything is very stressful for you because you are in a new environment and you're not alone. This is very much a first time, like this is an occurrence to people who are in their first year. You will need time to adjust and allow yourself to adjust. Like, I can't stress this enough. Like, be kind to yourself. Allow yourself to have that time to process what's going on. And make sure you have a proper support system to help you through it, because that kind of adjustment, like I have to get videos of my cats and do calls with my cats to just get through some days sometimes, and you will struggle because you are in a new place where you're treated differently, and you're gonna feel that like that kind of, you don't belong. You're always gonna be treated lesser because, you know, in a sense, this is not your home turf. You feel very isolated. So that's just a heads up to people who are going abroad. Prepare yourself mentally for that. Like, because that can happen, and that caused a lot of health problems for me. And self-knowledge, I just want to share a really cool thing of something I learned about myself, and I think it's something we can talk about. Actually, this is something I talked about with friends actually, so I'm gonna share this really cool video. But yeah, at the end of the day, like, you do what you want to do. Like, if you want to have a better life, you go abroad, that's fine. Just be kind to yourself. Allow yourself to process a lot of things, I guess. Like don't expect that you would just absorb everything and you're good and stuff like that. That's just my advice. Let's check a video. So this is in terms of self-knowledge. I actually do want to share this real quick. So this one.
Just a quick reminder to every anxious person out there.
Me.
If someone is trying to have a tough conversation with you, it means they care about you.
Amen.
They're talking to you about these things because they care about you and the relationship they have with you.
Amen.
You think I would sit down and have a 4-hour conversation about your behavior with someone I don't care about?
Amen.
No, why would I do that? If someone is willing to have the tough conversation with you, it means they care about you and love you. So stop running away. You're afraid of being alone, but you're the one who self-isolates when it comes to these hard conversations. So stop. You think all your friends hate you, but they don't. But they will hate you if you refuse to talk to them about these things.
Amen.
People are willing to have these hard conversations because they are willing to put in the work for you. For you. So be willing to do the same for them. If you care about someone, you will listen to them. These are not criticisms of you as a person. It is a criticism of your behavior, which can change. So stop running away from your friends. They love you. Now sit down and talk about your feelings.
Oh god, this hit like a truck, honestly. This this realization, like, too real. So in that instance, yes, so allow yourself to get games as gifts and sleep. No, fuck that. No. One of the things I learned with that video, like, from Dan, and like actually, it's really creepy. The algorithm, the YouTube algorithm has been like, they know that I was like having like this conversation with friends where it was really difficult, where I really I found out it's something, and then I was talking to them about it and how I felt, and I was just letting them know that I was going through this thing called rumination. I have a name for my demon now. So I guess like one of the mental health achievements I have is having a name for what it is I've been going through. Like I know I'm clinically diagnosed with depression. I know I have anxiety because of what happened with July. But like the thing of like dwelling on, like, for the past years, I was wondering, even if as much as I had this self-awareness and wanted to move on, I had this like strong, like I always returned to the bad thoughts, like PTSD. It's like I kept going back like to the negative thoughts, and I was like, why is that happening? And I realized there was like something on YouTube. YouTube just has a weird eldritch algo, but they told me about rumination, and I actually want to share that video with you guys because like, man, it was like just insightful, and it's like it's a fuckery in a sense that how did YouTube know about this? Jesus, stop listening into my conversations. So I'm gonna copy this. Let me just pause real quick. So thank you, Dan, for your speech. But yeah, again, what he said, having difficult conversations with friends, that's something you should learn to have. Like setting up boundaries and setting up like I don't want to jump from one topic to another, but it's just like I just want to dwell on this for a moment and allow yourself to have that talk with friends. Like you shouldn't avoid telling them if there's something that bothers you, and then that's something I had to learn the hard way, in a sense that not every friend will be that for you, but that shouldn't stop you from having difficult conversations. And I'm thankful for the friends that allow me to tell them how I feel without having to feel like if I say something about my feelings, this will be taken wrongly. And I'm really thankful for the friends that I have that allow me to do that. So that's one of like the takeaways I have for that, and as well as this, I found this out, like this is all YouTube algorithm, by the way. So I found out
If you've ever been betrayed before, you know the pain that it causes goes very deep and is directly proportional to the level of trust that you had in the person or entity that betrayed you. The more dependent you were, the deeper the wound, and it can be hard to recover from the damage that it creates for you.
I
I'm
love the
Dr.
art.
Tracy Marks, a psychiatrist, and I make mental health education videos. Today, I'm answering a viewer question from DK who asked, what kind of therapy cures betrayal rumination,
Boo.
non-relationship? I've tried CBT and it didn't help. Which doctor would be best to treat this kind of condition?
I
Thank
love
you,
this.
DK, for your question. What exactly is betrayal rumination? While it's not an official diagnosis, it's a term coined by Dr. Jennifer Freyd, a renowned psychologist who's done extensive research on the impact of betrayal trauma. Rumination is the act of replaying negative events or
There you
experiences
go.
over and
She
over
said
in
it.
your mind, and the thoughts have no problem-solving benefit to it. It's like thinking just for the sake of thinking, and
Yeah.
what you're thinking about
Causes you
distress.
distress.
With betrayal rumination, you have thought spirals about how someone or something has harmed you and betrayed your trust.
Yeah,
And
like damn, it's just like the fact that the demon like the inner demon I have has a name. Like, oh, it's betrayal rumination. It just makes sense now. Like, but also, what the fuck, YouTube? Rude listening to my conversations with friends, and to this video is just super insightful. Like, damn.
include something because it doesn't have to be a person. It could be an institution that you're dependent on, like your workplace.
Yeah.
The emotions associated with this kind of rumination are typically shame, anger, or sadness. Dr. Freyd's research highlights how betrayals can
Mhm.
shatter our sense of safety and trust, leaving us vulnerable to a phenomenon that she calls DARVO.
Darvo.
DARVO stands for deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. It's a manipulation tactic often used by those who have abused or betrayed us and to deflect responsibility from their actions and maintain control.
I guess, yeah. And with this case, like, just going back to the feelings and emotions, like, most of the time I've felt anger and sadness, like a hurt on the betrayal. Then there's like this negative loop that doesn't allow me to, like, why did they do this thing? And I think that makes me very vulnerable to a lot of like people that do Darvo, because like, I just realized like somewhere down the line, this isn't an isolated incident. There have been people that have done a lot of Darvo in a sense.
Here's how it breaks down. D stands for deny. The abuser denies the wrongdoing or minimizes its severity.
Exactly.
They may say you're exaggerating or misremembering or lying. And they're not just superficially dismissing you. In their minds, they really believe that what you're alleging didn't happen, or if it did, it wasn't that bad. So they may say things like, you're blowing things out of proportion, it wasn't that bad, or you're too sensitive.
Co-patient is
I didn't
Donkey
mean it
Kong.
like
God
that.
damn it.
A stands for attack. The abuser attacks your character, credibility, or motives.
Yeah.
They
Oh
may
my god. There have been some. Let's see. This one.
even blame you for provoking the abuse or betrayal with statements like, you know you get under my skin, or you're always starting a fight with me. You just don't know when to quit.
I've had like ex friendships, unfortunately, who's just like now looking back on it is like, damn, that really the rumination stemmed from this kind of experience of like people who were just like attacking me as a person. And like even back then, like I mentioned in my like a previous stream about, you know, the feelings I had. It's been years. It's been since 2021. Like it's been or actually way back pa. It's been a long time, but I'm still holding on to that negative feelings related to the community that I helped build in Davao, like with Jasper and all that. And then like the people that, you know, do the attacks and stuff, like there's just been so many people who like the moment you try to be vulnerable to them and point out their behaviors, immediately they're like, "Oh, you're like, oh, you're attacking me. I feel persecuted. Oh, like, you know, like immediately they feel it's like about them when in fact it was just like you're pointing out behaviors and stuff. Like I've just had too many ex-friends who did this.
Then RVO stands for reverse victim and offender. Here, the abuser assumes the victim role
Oh
in the
my God.
situation. They twist things to look like they were wronged.
Yeah, exactly.
How does DARVO cause betrayal rumination?
There you
Being
go.
betrayed can make you struggle with self-doubt. Then the DARVO tactics ramp up those feelings, making it even harder to process the betrayal and move forward.
Yep.
DARVO can erode your sense of self-esteem and confidence and increases your rumination as you try and make sense of the conflicting information.
Exactly.
Also, the attacks can make you more vulnerable to self-blame and self-criticism.
This is
and
too
if you
real.
buy into the victim-offender reversal, and sometimes it's hard not to if you have any sense of compassion for the person, you want to believe what they're saying, you can be left with a lot of confusion about what actually happened. And you may not trust your own judgment and instincts. Then you spend time ruminating about this even more to untangle the truth. So getting back to DK's question about what kind of therapy helps with this.
I'm glad that they actually
Acceptance and
mentioned
commitment therapy called ACT is a powerful and different approach to breaking free from this kind of rumination.
I love
a
this.
licensed therapist trained.
I love that they talk about how to deal with it. Like, okay, this is a problem, but here is a solution to deal with it. And I actually do want to have that level of acceptance. Have you played mouth washing? Hey, do you want to play it together? Maybe we can play it together. I want to play it with someone. If it's a horror game, I'm not brave. I need to play it with someone. I've seen clips, I've watched the videos of mouth washing, but yeah. But basically, the betrayal rumination is something I've experienced, especially with the experiences I've had last year. in the previous years. It's just like it's been a loop, and just realizing what I'm going through, I do want to seek help. I do want to get the acceptance. I do want to move on. And like when the question of like CBT did not help, I tried to go for the, like changing your mindset about it, but I can't help but dwell. It's like these people hurt me. Why? Like I tried to be like, I'm all about communication. I'm all about transparency. Why did they take this the wrong way? Why did they do this? I thought we were friends, like we were the closest friends, and then they just throw me away like that. So that kind of negative loop, especially if you have a negative experience with friendship, like it turned out sour, it's really hard to just go like, oh, we'll just change our how we think about it. There's
Trained in
I'm glad that they
ACT can
provide a
deliver this
solution
kind
for
of
it.
therapy. DK said CBT didn't work.
Yeah.
Cognitive behavior therapy, or CBT, approaches faulty thinking differently. It focuses on identifying and challenging negative thought patterns that contribute to rumination. So you're trying to change the way you think about the betrayal and the actions related to it. On the other hand, ACT addresses the problem from a totally different angle. With ACT, you're not suppressing or denying your thoughts or emotions. Instead, you learn to accept them and create space for them without letting them control you. It's about recognizing that thoughts are just thoughts, not facts, and that we don't have to believe everything our minds tell us.
Exactly.
Rather than dismiss the thoughts, you use your connection to your values as an anchor to move through the emotions or take action despite the negative emotions. So that's a high
Yeah, it says like moving despite how you feel is something that's really hard to do, but it's something
view of
people
what
should
ACT
have.
does. Here are 4 specific techniques that you could use to address betrayal rumination. Number 1 is notice and name. When those ruminative thoughts and emotions arise, acknowledge them. Say to yourself, I am
I'm
feeling fill
blah.
in the blank. Or I'm having the thought that I am worthless because I was betrayed. This is just an example. It seems pretty basic, but simply noticing and naming your thoughts creates distance between you and the emotion or thoughts and reduces
I
their
just
power.
love that they teach you
Thinking
how to
about
think it.
feeling worthless is less toxic than owning that you are worthless. Number 2 is using diffusion. This involves learning to see thoughts as just thoughts, not truth or facts. They're not commands, and they don't define us. Try techniques like imagining your thoughts as leaves floating in the wind, or repeating them in a silly
I'm
voice.
not sure I'm gonna
The
do
silly
that,
voice approach.
but I establishing emotions and thoughts being thoughts allows you to separate it of like this isn't the truth of how I would truly feel. Like example, oh, a friend's doing this, oh, they're doing this because they're out to betray me. That's not usually the fact. Like I feel betrayed because they're doing this. It makes you analyze like why is there that feeling of betrayal. There's something tied to it. It's not really the person. So I do like the fact that you're putting some distance between yourself and that feeling. So
trivializes the thoughts and makes it seem less impactful. Number 3 is acceptance.
this is kind
Instead
of rough
fighting
though.
or suppressing difficult emotions, allow yourself to feel them. Breathe into them. Notice the sensations in your body and give yourself permission to experience them without judgment. This is a mindfulness practice that connects you with the present moment by
this is like the hardest thing that I have is because of my previous experiences. I dwell too much in the past, and it's really hard. Like there's a lot of things in the past that actually help, like my brain just goes back to it, so it's really hard to be in the present. So I'm glad like working towards your brain to focus on the present. That's what I've been doing a lot actually in my private time, like trying to focus on the present. There's been a lot of like struggles with sleep because my brain keeps going to the past. So I'm more of a person that, unfortunately, as much as I don't want to, dwells in the past. But it's good that there's a way to work things out with it.
Observing the sensations in your body using all of your senses while you experience these emotions. Number 4 is connecting with your values. Identifying what truly matters to you helps put things in perspective and allows you to move forward. Take some time to reflect on your core values. What's more important to you? Family? Honesty? Compassion? Write down these values and think about how you can live in alignment with them despite the betrayal that you experienced. During this process, remember that healing takes time and it's not always a linear path. So you have to be patient with yourself. seek support from loved ones or a therapist, and keep practicing these ACT techniques. You have the strength to move through this and emerge even stronger on the other side. Watch these videos for more on the topic of ruminating. Thanks for watching today. See you next time.
Yeah, I just do appreciate like there is a term for what it is I'm going through in a sense. So that's the self-knowledge I have. I am aware that I am a person that suffers from betrayal rumination, or like rumination as a whole, or it's like you dwell on the negative thoughts, and you just have, there's a lot of techniques that could help you break out of those negative thoughts. And it starts with you. It starts with just like, it's hard to accept, but again, with time you kind of get there, and you will start to like find a way to be present in it. Oh, there is a ad break. So yeah, those are the things I learned. I guess like the core value I have is just I really care about communication. Even with the past experiences I've had about communication and how they reacted, that's not on me. I should continue to have difficult conversations, to talk to friends, despite the experience I had in which being vulnerable and telling them about their behavior. Because I feel like they're the type of people that, they're the type of person that just is an echo chamber. They just want people to just not criticize their behavior in a sense. And I'm thankful for friends that allow me to grow in that sense. So, habits that define you. I think I've just talked to a lot of people where the habits that define me is just that I'm too busy and there's just too much. I do 1,000 projects apparently. It's just like I'm still a workaholic at 2024. Nothing has changed since 2022, 2023. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but I'm learning how to rest. I'm learning how to take pause. So that's a habit that is defining me, I guess. And I guess a habit as well is just knowing how to take things and knowing how to help people. I was like, if somebody approaches me and asks for a question, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll help you out with that, with the best of my ability. So that's, I've always been trying to be helpful, and I always try to despite the busyness, makes time for people. So a better tomorrow. What did you do this year to leave the world in a better shape than you found it? I believe I don't know. Like that's a lot, like my brain's going like I didn't do much, but then I have to remind myself like I did a charity stream. I did Project Hope Mess. I got people together to raise some funds, and we got to essentially 200, and we did something good. We supported Project Hope. We stood to our beliefs, and again, this you can see the ground rules that this place is an anti-war, anti-genocide space. So I'm glad that we were able to support it. I think the experience I had with the charity is that when I was reaching out to a lot of people didn't want to be political, and I was just like, it is what it is. Everything's gonna be political either way, but I'm just glad I was able to do Project Hope, because I've been doing it for about 3 years. So yeah. 6 sentences about my past year. The wisest decision I made. I guess the wisest decision I made is to move in with Vetra. To choose to abide to, it's like, because there was this moment of, do I stay in Sydney and continue to suffer? Or do I go? He was just basically, fuck it, we'll pack your bags, you'll go here to Queensland. I think that was the wisest decision I made. The biggest lesson I learned, other than health punching me down, I think it's just, again, it's rumination. I think the biggest lesson I learned is just, even if my brain can catastrophize and like it would think like it's gonna be the worst, it's gonna be okay. I think that's the biggest lesson I learned. And the biggest risk I took for last year definitely was the move. It was like I basically dropped everything in Sydney and like work, school, to be here. And that was the biggest risk I took. The biggest surprise of the year. Getting married. Like we decided to get married. Yeah. And that was awesome. The most important thing I did for others. Charity stream? Just being around to help people and keeping my DMs open whenever people reach out. The biggest thing I completed, I'm sorry, I don't know if like I'm just brushing through a lot of these answers, but I don't like answering the space of the most important thing I did. I'd rather hear it from people on what it is I did for them versus me filling that out. The biggest thing I completed, that's definitely the campaign challenge. Instead of just being 6 campaigns, I did 10. So that was big. 6 questions about my past year. What are you most proud of? I'm proud of surviving. What are the 3 people who influence you the most? My professor. Shout out to Anne. You really influenced me on how it is I want to see beyond what it is I'd like to do. I would say another influence would be, there's a lot of, I would say in terms of influence, because like I'm not easily influenced, and the word influence, like, I guess the one that helped me with my decision makings, I guess. 3 people you influence the most. I don't know if it's weird if I'm answering it again. That's a weird thing for me to answer. So I guess I only have one here. What were you not able to accomplish? I wasn't. I had to pause school for health, so I'm picking it back up in March. But yeah, it's rough. What is the biggest thing you discovered about yourself? A lot of things. You know, like, I'm not getting any younger. Health stuff. I also learned that that there's just a lot of things I went through in life that aren't normal. But the best thing is, like, I've retained the workaholicness, I guess. What are you most grateful for? Vetra. Dot. Best moments. How did you feel? Do I want to draw this? How did you feel? Who was there with you? What we're doing? Draw them on the sheet. How did you feel? I don't. Do I want to draw this right now? Memorable moments from last year. Draw them on this sheet. How did you feel? The best moments, a lot of them was with Vetra. I think the times when we were just together, he really has a nice smell. And like the smell of the first one in Sydney was like the smell of the ocean water when we were sitting on the grassy area. Another one jumps to the scene of like me in the car listening to music while we were going on that 14-hour ride. The times we would walk at night, the sounds of like the wind and our footsteps in the gravel. There's a lot of good moments with him, memorable and joyful, most of them. And like going to watch a movie, the smell of the cinema was really strange when we watched. I don't remember that. We watched Abigail, and we also watched 2 horror movies together in the cinema. Alien Romulus, and then Abigail. I remember the hot pot that I introduced him to, and he was just so full, and how much he enjoyed hot pot. Yeah. Really good moments. I'll probably do a separate art for this, maybe. Not right now. Three of my biggest achievements from the last year: school, 500 hours at work, and of course, I'm always gonna hold the title of that, 10 campaigns. Let's go. Who helped you achieve those successes? A lot of my players who were part of the 10 campaigns. I would say my case manager James helped me with the 500 hours, plus my professor just encouraged me. Those were two. Yeah, three of my biggest challenges. The other challenges I had was, I guess, like, you know, just the health thing was the major one. And as well as, like, the uncertainty of me staying in Sydney. What did I learn about myself? I was close to giving up. That's what I learned about myself. Like, I was so close to giving up, and I was smoking a lot. And I would have to thank Vetra, actually, because I officially stopped smoking September. I haven't smoked since. And I was doing a lot of smoking when I was in Sydney because I was stressed. So, in a way, I feel less stressed here now. So that's good. Did anything happen during the past year that still needs to be forgiven? Deeds or words that made you feel bad, or are you angry with yourself? Ooh, this one. Forgive but don't forget. And there's just some instances that are just, you acknowledge it, but you don't have to forgive the wrongdoing because it was wrong. So this is kind of like a rough thing for me. I would say there's just some instances where you just kind of accept that that happened. It's more of acceptance than forgiveness. Because you don't want to subject yourself to that, okay, I will subject myself to that kind of situation where you don't feel the support of people. I'm being vague about this because, like, I really don't want to touch on this, so I probably brush it off. Just, if you don't feel ready to jot it down anyway, it can work wonders. No. Like, it's just one of those things. I'm the person that's, like, the belief of, like, don't forget. And if you've been wronged, you have every right to not forgive. I'm that kind of person that allows for that, I'm not gonna be the preachy type who's gonna be like, oh, you should forgive. Nah, we're good. We're good in that department. Okay. Let's go through. What else do you need to say? No, we're good. My past year in 3 words. Rough. Rough. New and grateful. The book of my past year. Alien Romulus. Goodbye to your last year. I guess a goodbye 2024. You were a year that really tested me to the point where it's like, it made me question if I was ever gonna have a happy ending, but I think I do now, that I will get that happy ending. You're done with the past year. You've just finished the first part. Take a deep breath. Get some rest. No, what rest? 2025. Dare to dream big. What does the year ahead of you look like? Why will it be great? What would happen in an ideal world? The year ahead looks like I'll be busy with work. I'll be flying to places because of said work, learning things that I'm capable of, and people leaning on my expertise, and just learning to hone my craft and skills for that. Making a lot of money in a sense, actually keeping a stable job, in a sense that actually is, like, I've had jobs, like I've always had jobs, but it's just having a job that you genuinely like TTRPG related, is something I would love. I would love to dare to dream that it's going to be TTRPG related. The year ahead, this is what my next year will be about. take a look at the areas of your life and decide your goals for each of them. I'm getting married, personal life, career studies. I might lean into more of my psychology, but also I've been enjoying, unironically, risk analysis because I'm more of the prepare for the worst case scenario. So risk analysis has been really fun. Community, continue to grow my community, continue to get people to try more games. I'm also helping the local community, you know, get more involved with more TTRPGs, grow with the local gaming store community, and growing with my community, and just keep enjoying the things we enjoy, which is like Cardboard Crag and TTRPGs and watch parties with weird anime. I've actually put for my hobbies and creativity that I'm going to be learning 6 new systems. And I'm putting a limit to that. I did 10 last year. I'm just doing 6 new ones, and everything's still ongoing campaigns. Physical health and fitness, try to get healthier. You know, I'm going through a lot of like cardio tests right now and just making sure my health is fine. And mental health, trying to work on the techniques to help me with, you know, decrease rumination and learning to, you know, deal with a lot of negative thoughts. That's what I definitely will go for. Habits that will define me. Learning to do work-life balance, but I think that's not something I can do. What will you do next year to leave the world in a better shape than you found it? I'll probably still support Project Hopemas. I think that's how I'll do with a better tomorrow. Yeah. That's probably me. Magical triplets for the year. I love magical triplets for the year ahead. I will love these 3 things about myself. Complimenting myself? Really? Only 6. Right. How dare you, Rob? How fucking dare you? It's 6 new systems, but I already have 4 pending campaigns. Don't judge me. I have 4 ongoing. Sure, it rounds up to 10, but no, don't tell anybody. I will love these 3 things about myself. Ah, this is hard. I guess the desire, like, once I'm spited, once I'm like very energized, I guess spited is a weird word, but once I'm like energized or like motivated, super motivated, I just do things. And also like my skill set for getting projects done. Workaholic, and I guess my unwaveringness in terms of like willing to understand people. I'm ready to let go of these 3 things. Let go of... Let go of expectations. I think that's something I've been expecting other people to feel a certain way, but realizing, yeah. So expectations, letting go of possibly like reconnecting with certain people, and letting go of like hopelessness, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. I want to achieve these 3 things the most: the TTRPG challenge, being able to release a couple of TTRPG designs, and getting back into writing for Call of Cthulhu for the Chaos and 50th anniversary. Yeah. These 3 people will be my pillars during rough times. Vetra, Kunai, and BB. Yeah. And, well, I have a lot of people that are pillars, honestly. But those are my 3. I will dare to discover these 3 things. I would say a video game genre that I'm not comfy with. That's probably one. Maybe another skill set, a new hobby. I just don't know what exact hobby. Maybe a new TCG, new trading card game, and discovering a new job. Maybe, yeah. I will have the power to say no to these three things. I guess saying no to people who will try to push for boundaries, people who don't respect my boundaries. I guess that's the same thing. Saying no when I'm uncomfortable and not having to hold that uncomfortableness to myself but towards the other person, I guess. And refusing my brain to be negative, I guess. Magical triplets for the year. I will make my surroundings cozy with these three things. Blankets. I've been enjoying dresses unironically in terms of like work related stuff because it's really hot. And shoes. I will do these three things every morning. Drink coffee, eat breakfast, take my meds. I will pamper myself with these three things regularly. Buying myself these RPG books, which by the way guys, I just got hardcovers for Vampire the Requiem. I got Circle of the Crown and the core books. Woo! Shippiness. I'm shippiness. No coffee, no cheese, no problem. No, I will eat cheese. I will eat cheese. I will visit these three places. I actually... Maybe Melbourne, because I was planning to go to the con at some point. The second one would be Blue Mountain, maybe. And the third one would be... No, Blue Mountain's cold, never mind. A beach. A just random beach. I just want to get to a beach again. And the third one would be... the Cat Cafe. The Cat Cafe, the new one, at least. We've been going to the old one. I will connect with my loved ones in these three ways. Memes, video game collabs, and random videos. Yes. I will reward my successes with these three presents. Cheese. No. Three presents to myself. Sleep, cheese, and sugar-free soda. 6 sentences about my next year. This year, I will not procrastinate anymore over... My brain's immediately going to list of paperwork that I need to send over, like scan and send. Yep, I will not procrastinate over paperwork in terms of like, and I guess I won't procrastinate anymore about filing for certain things for back-end stuff. Just, I will not procrastinate about bureaucracy. This year, I will draw the energy most from, what am I, an energy vampire? Draw the most energy from just doing the things I like. I will be bravest when having difficult conversations. I've been sharing that a lot. But the most energy, I guess, just from my hobbies, just fueling myself with hobbies. This year, I will say yes when I get married, obviously. This year, I advise myself to take it easy. Yeah. This year will be special for me because I'm getting married. Adele. My word for the year ahead. Pick a word to symbolize and define the year ahead. You can look at this word if you need some extra energy, so you remember not to give up on your dreams. There is one word I actually want to... Let me see if I can find it. It's a Bisaya word. I'm trying to find a proper translation for it because, you know. It's puhon or pahuway. Puhon is someday. Pahuway is take a rest. So I think puhon is like soon. It's very menacing. So I think that's gonna be my word, puhon. Secret wish. Unleash your mind. What is your secret wish for the next year? Money. Lots of money. I mean, but that's everyone's wish. It's just more of, I guess, like the thing I want to manifest the most is just being able to afford to stay here. That's the thing I want to manifest. I think that's the secret wish. Congratulations, you've just planned your year. Take a photo and share it with us using the Year Compass hashtag. I believe that anything is possible this year. So, we just went through that gauntlet. How'd you guys fare with your year at Compass? I hope everybody fared well. Okay, and with that, we finished planning. Yay! And I'm going to... Wow, it's already 11. Let's try a small game. Let's do a small game. Small.